And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 901. Today is Tuesday, March 1st, 2022, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
Today is a tennis day. That's my bad, y'all. Top stories: $300 million in crypto liquidations accompanies Bitcoin surge to $44,000. U.S. Treasury Department lists digital currencies as part of efforts to sanction Russia's government. SEC unable to locate BitConnect founder convicted in $2.4 billion fraud case. And last but not least, Cambridge University launches crypto research project with IMF and BIS. But first and foremost, what's going on with those prices?
Oh, yeah. So let's take a look at these shit coins today, baby. Bitcoin at $43,694, up 10% today, going crazy. Ethereum at $2,975, up 8.4%. Binance Coin at 405, up almost 8% today. XRP at 78 cents, up 4.6%. Terra Luna, the big winner today at $88, up 12.4% right now. Cardano at 97 cents, up 7.8% today. Solana sitting at $98 is up 4.9%. And rounding out our top 10 is Avalanche at 87.48, up a little over 10% today. And our biggest gainers today is one of the goofiest projects I've ever heard in my life, Ducky Land, and up 4,500%. ELEF World, whatever. Doge rise up as well. Biggest gains for the day. I accidentally clicked on it. Look at this chart. This has got to be the greatest chart ever. Look at this, 4,400%. Look at this chart. Boom, straight up.
How much? What was the volume? 24-hour volume.
Man, it exploded right here. But these charts aren't that reliable.
Holy shit! 5.5 million in 24 hours. Who put their money in there?
Oh man, that's what I'm saying. Exploded on somebody, and as it's probably going to just continue on down. But yeah, it looks like some insiders got paid on that. But those are our biggest gainers for the day in our top 10.
All right, there we go. Quick shout outs. What's going on? John Bulwer, Satoshi Slim, Richard Johnson, BK Bourne, Bedside Rays, Wendy Nichols, Sergeant Mac, Crypto Boy, Satoshi Slim, again, Donnie Rowe, Only the Real Estate, Larry Ann, Leroy Forbes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the show. Top story of the day. $300 million in liquidations and crypto liquidations and companies, Bitcoins surged to 44K. I mean, I think we all were wondering what happened. We started going sideways and out in the mid to high 30s, and all of a sudden the pump happened, 37 to 44. Looks like a two-phase surge sees Bitcoin USD at 15% on the back of continued macro market turmoil. But Bitcoin's this morning, he told me it was even up to 16 point something percent. So what happened with the liquidations and how is that affecting the price?
Oh, yeah. Well, there were a lot of fake bears in the market that thought they could time it and thought Bitcoin was going to go on down even further. A lot of fear and sentiment in the market. The war just started. They think Bitcoin's correlated with a lot of the other traditional stocks. But Bitcoin always surprises you. It smacked all those bears in the face and basically cleared out $300 million worth of liquidations. And it happened really fast. A lot of people didn't realize it, but if you took out a short and went to go use the bathroom and get a snack, when you came back, you probably lost all your money.
It happened fast.
It happened really fast. Yeah. So, and even here, when you look, slide down, one of the best traders in the space, Crypto Ed NL, yesterday's BTC trade we took with the group, didn't expect it to run that hard, to be honest. Would have raised TP probably because I think you can do one more leg up before some correction. Red box was for the entire move. So even some of the top traders didn't expect it to go up that fast. Some people are speculating about the Russia-Ukraine, what's going on over there. Their little scuffle that they're having may be a part of the price going up. So, hey, man, it's a lot of things going on geopolitically. We don't know, but Bitcoin is becoming a safe haven at this point. It's proven itself. It didn't tank to the floor, and we'll see how it goes from here because it's still a long way to go.
And honestly, we'll get more into this, but I think it will have a lot to do with the war, depending on who wins, who loses, how the war goes, and all that good stuff. Again, if it's a drawn out war, you better believe crypto will start to be used. I think in the next 3 or 4 months if it's drawn out. I still think this is a 3 or 4 week campaign. In and out. I think it was this week 2, 2.5, 3 weeks.
Yeah,
week 2. Like so we'll see. I think this will be a 3 or 4 week thing. But we'll see. If it does go months, I think Bitcoin and cryptocurrency will aggressively pump, not just governments, not just the Russian and Ukraine government. Think about the people. The banks are closed. They're getting bombed. They're under invasion. They can't go get cash. You know what? This is the event we keep trying to tell people about when it's like, so really, you're going to go to your bank and walk around with 50K. You're going to go have a wheelbarrow full of gold. Like,
yeah.
No.
Full of silver. Oh,
you are going to get robbed first. Like, it's not going to go like that. It just don't work. So we've already seen reports about people in Ukraine saying that their bank's been closed. They couldn't take money out, and crypto's been the only thing to keep their family alive. Literally, we've been seeing that. So again, proof is in the pudding. We don't, you don't have to believe us anymore. Like, the thing is happening in front of us, literally. So kind of going along with that story, the U.S. Treasury Department agrees with us. They're like, yeah, this we can't control this shit. U.S. Treasury Department lists digital currencies as part of efforts to sanction Russia's government. And this is the part where the Treasury Department and our government and many governments don't understand. There is nothing you can do. Well, I'll take the back. With digital currencies, there are things you can do. With Bitcoin, Monero, Zcash, there's nothing you can do. So I think this is about to be a waste of taxpayer dollars in general. Like, we're going to try to stop Shiba or Dogecoin from getting transmitted, whatever. The Treasury Department guidelines equated crypto transactions to deceptive or structured transactions or dealings and attempting to evade U.S. sanctions. Do you see?
Here it goes. Here it goes.
The Treasury Department guidelines equated crypto transactions to deceptive or structured transactions or dealings and attempting to invade U.S. sanctions. First and foremost, again, this is the psychotic nature of not just our country. Our country is everywhere. It's leaders and people who are psychotic. But this is psychotic. We literally have a group of humans who we voted in. Most of them got voted in. Some of them got appointed. But we have a group of humans who we pay with our tax dollars, who we put in office, who then tell us, hey, if you use crypto, we're going to go ahead and say it's deceptive and you're trying to escape U.S. sanctions. All right, that's some bullshit. And here's where countries like the United States, we're a strong country. We have those natural borders, Atlantic, Pacific. So nothing by and large, like the U.S. is going to end up eating itself, people. If you haven't already noticed, we're going to eat ourselves. Like, no other country is going to eat us or kill us. Like, we're literally going to do it ourselves. We don't need help. I say that to say the U.S. is going to shoot itself in the foot with other countries as well as its citizens if they go about it like this. Because I'm going to tell you something. If I decide to use Bitcoin, Monero, or Zcash and send it to Russia, send it to wherever else, and the U.S. get the set tripping, then leave. Like, you're literally going to lose citizens with capital all because you don't like the way they're using their value. You don't like the way they store their value. You don't like the way they transmit it. But at the end of the day, like, it is what it is. Russia a gang too, and it's a big gang. I'm sure if you send them some money, they'll have you as a citizen. So the U.S. is saying, yeah, not just with Russia, but any crypto transaction, we're going to consider this deceptive. Well, hey, I guess we need to go to a country where they don't consider it so deceptive. Like, that's the way that's going to work long term. We're literally going to eat ourselves with this one. But again, this is the Treasury Department and reportedly the White House are warning U.S.-based companies and individuals not to facilitate crypto transactions sent to Russian nationals and banks. Now, only I will say where I agree about this is that, folks, if you live in the U.S., you're a part of the gang. All right. So that's the only part I agree with, where they like, I just don't like the way they're doing it. Like, come out and be like, hey, we're supposed to be one team, one fight. We're all civilians. We're all citizens of the U.S. Don't send the money. Instead, they don't say that. They say, hey, this is not the one team, one fight. If you send the money,
you're going to jail.
Right?
You're going to jail.
It's crazy. According to regulations from the Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Assets Control, scheduled to go into effect today, March 1st, U.S. residents may not use digital currencies to benefit Russia's government, including the country's central bank, as an attempt to circumvent U.S. sanctions in response to the invasion of Ukraine. The guidelines equated crypto transactions to deceptive or structured transactions or dealings and attempting to evade sanctions. Last thing I'll say before I give it to you, Bitcoin, Zay, this is also the Treasury Department. Like, you're doing way too much. How many U.S. citizens were seriously considering sending crypto to Russia? Like, what, the 20,000 Russian nationalists that live here? Like, the deep spies? Like, this wasn't going to even be an issue. Like, bro, in the South, I'm just going, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Texas. So those are seven, Mississippi, Louisiana, 9 different states, all right? How many Russians are in those 9 states I just named? All right, there we go. So is it 9, 18, 27? Okay, so that's about 25% of the U.S. population right there that we cannot account for. Let's go up north. All right, New York, we got a couple in the New York areas. All right, we got some in Los Angeles, but by and large, the United States is not made up of humans who have any type of sentiment to Russia or Ukraine until like the last week when we went on this mass campaign. But like, no one cares enough to even send their cryptos to these places. So the fact that they made this a headline, I think this is going to do the opposite. It's actually going to have people who never thought about sending crypto say, you know what? Yeah, fuck the government. Let me send them some crypto. You're not going to tell me what to do with my Bitcoin. I think it's going to have the opposite effect. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, the fact that they're bringing it up, they're creating a problem that doesn't exist, and then they're basically creating rules for that problem for people that don't exist. But they're basically setting the trap before anybody walks into it.
That's all they're doing. Honeypot.
Yeah, the honeypot, the old strategy. If you look at this next paragraph, this is very disheartening. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said the department's actions were aimed at significantly limiting Russia's ability to use assets to finance its destabilizing activities and targeting the funds Putin and his inner circle depend on to enable his invasion of Ukraine. Oh man! First of all, I don't think they're using crypto to fund what they're doing right now. Not yet. But the Executive Order 14024 that they mentioned here is the scary part. It allows the Treasury Department to impose sanctions based on harmful foreign activities, including violating well-established principles of international law. Now, that could be interpreted probably many ways. I don't know where my lawyers are out there.
Yeah, because the United States creates international law. That's why.
Exactly. If we create the international law and then you can impose that on your citizens, we may need a lawyer out there to clarify this, but they can basically cast a wide net and say anybody, if you send it to an address that was found to be linked to a Russian at some point, you could be financing terror. And that's what we've been talking about for what, 3 years now, 4 years now?
Here it is, folks. The terror.
That's it right there. They're telling you, Executive Order 14024. And again, we've said it before with other executive orders. These executive orders, when they carried out, there's not much you can do at that point. You may not even get a trial. They could just carry it out, and you just got to sit there with it. So the fight is happening now, and they're starting with Russia. But even if you like them, don't like it, none of that matters. If it happens to one group, they can start doing it to everybody. So you can't give too much power here. U.S. Treasury is overstepping, in my opinion.
I think honestly, this is going to get scary in the future because once people really, right now there's a small minority that understands the real principles of decentralization of what, the internet money, Bitcoin can do, the Bitcoin network. And like people don't really understand how powerful the tech is right now. The government does, which is why they're putting these restrictions in essentially. But I say that because the day people really realize it and they say, no, I don't need to vote by going to a ballot. I don't need to vote by or appointing or supporting or donating, or I'll take donating back, but literally the only way humans will need to vote is using Bitcoin. So right now the Treasury is saying you can't, again, another human is telling other humans, you can't use your value to give to these other humans we don't like. Well, the day that all these humans become borderless financially, which is happening with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, then those humans will also say, you as another human cannot tell me where I can send my unconfiscatable value. I can send that anywhere on the planet I want to. You can't do anything about it. Now, in the short term, of course, terrorism, they'll try to jail you, prison you, all that good stuff. But as time goes on, there will be more people who agree with the sentiment. No, you're not going to be telling people what to do with their crypto. Like, you didn't believe in it. Like, here's the thing, people, the United States didn't believe in it. They didn't believe in it. Like, could you imagine if you were playing a sport and you were trying to go pro and nobody believed in you? And then when you went pro, there's, oh, man, shit, man, what's up? Let me get 20% of that real quick of that contract. Let me get some tickets to the game. It's like, no, you didn't believe it. But now that I'm pro, all of a sudden it's just like it's a real thing. Like that's the way the government is doing crypto right now. It's crazy.
Oh, man, it's crazy. I mean, just look at the people that y'all letting run your life. I mean, come on, man. We're not letting Tweety Bird.
Come on.
You're not choosing the rules.
Like in real life, bro, I'm not even being funny. I would, and I know for some people this is a little bit too dark, but whatever. I would rather suck the cig than listen to motherfuckers like this the rest of my life. Are you crazy?
Come on, are you crazy? Like people
like
Augustine, are you serious? Come on.
Here's my question too. How are these people even our peers? You get what I'm saying?
Like, what are we doing there?
We have no life experience that will be the same except growing up in America. That would be the only experience that those people and us will have, period.
Exactly. And you letting them tell you what to do and impose these laws. Come on, man. Get out of here.
Hey, gang on the gang, man. I ain't even mad. That's right. I'm happy to see U.S., man. This is what happens when strong gang leadership takes. Hey, you can just tell people what you want and they're going to do it. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I saw a new meme. It was like it was two doors and the painting was like the entire planet, the world. Mm-hmm. And it was like the virus is walking out the exit sign and the missile was coming in the other entrance. It was like, yeah,
I saw that.
You go. Like you all still don't see it, huh? We all crazy conspiracy, right? Yeah, there was you're forced to look. It was even crazier. Was it Thursday of last week? You had to wear, or excuse me, Wednesday you had to wear masks, and then Thursday they took off the mask ordinance.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened in 24 hours?
I said COVID packed his bags and left town. Apparently, it took his
24 hours. Hey, 24 hours later.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Bro, don't even get me started. 5252crypto.com. Thank you for the tip. Thank you. Fatima Boy, this is what I'm saying. Anytime you have to set up an appointment to withdraw money from the bank, it's some BS. And this is the real issue too. You know, by and large, a lot of people don't have those issues. They don't have enough money to withdraw. Like, this is what it is. So they don't understand we live in a broken system because they don't have enough money to withdraw. Now, once you show them, hey, if you want to get rid of that $30 overdraft fee, you can go to Bitcoin and crypto. That's more enticing to them than them understanding you can't even withdraw all your money, because they're like, shit, I only got $800, ain't nothing to withdraw. But you're right. And again, coming back from my second employment, when Bank of America sat me down, that's when I knew Bitcoin was real. I'm like, yo, why don't you have my money here? And then why are you trying to talk to me about what I'm doing with my money? Like, this is crazy. Same thing when I put what's called on blast last year, USAA. USAA was literally like, we can only give you $5,000 a day up from your account. It was literally like the same thing we went through with Bitcoin exchanges, where they went from you can withdraw 2 Bitcoin a day to 0.2 Bitcoin overnight. USAA literally was like, no, you can only withdraw $5,000 a day. I'm like, why are you telling me how much money of my money I can withdraw? 3 hours later, I withdraw all my money. And I'm like, you see how that works? Like, you don't get to tell me when I get to withdraw my value. So I'm with you, Fatima, you're right. And that's what it's looking like right now. It's crazy. Wyatt, Try It said, y'all called this months ago. That's why y'all the best show. Appreciate it. Yeah, we called that years ago. The Bitcoin carries attack. Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Yep. People ask us, they were like, what are some things that could take out Bitcoin?
Yeah, we were like,
terrorists. We was like, they're going to call them for terrorists. That was the number one thing we said. We got to find that show, man. We got to find a lot of shows, because we predicted everything happening right now. And again, like we said before, when they introduce these CBDCs, they tie it to your Vax card, they tie it to your biometric data and your identity. This was all coming. I mean, we've been watching this come for the last 10, 15 years, man.
Yeah. Kadeem said we got more in common than we like to admit, even when it comes to those in charge. Yeah, you're right. We got 10 fingers, 10 toes. We cough, same way we got a tongue. No, we don't have more in common. I truly disagree with that, outside of being humans. But I feel you. I mean, hey, most people want to see their families grow. They want to be in a safe environment. But I push back because, like I said, not just our government, every government for the most part has individuals that are like, whenever you want so much control of another human's like life, I don't understand how these people are missing this. Whenever any human, I don't care if it's a government official, whatever, wants so much control of your life, that is fucking psychotic. That's the same as you trying to control your husband or wife or girlfriend or boy, like to the point of, now I'm gonna lock you up in the basement tonight if you don't do it like this.
Yeah,
that's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's psychotic. I can't get around it.
Yeah, I even said that yesterday. I was like, y'all keep listening to these psychos at the top. They don't think like us. They don't have any type of moral structure where they're like, oh, yeah. Because think about that. If you had the power to throw people in jail because they disagree with you, that's psychotic to carry that out. But we do it every day. We murder people within the proximity of people that might be enemies. Come on, man. That's psychotic. These people are not like. That's why I remember one time somebody asked it, was like, why don't American politicians do what's in the best interest of America? They ain't working for Americans. These psychos are working towards global stuff. They don't care about you. Focus local.
There it is. Last Square, thank you for the tip. Thanks, Zay. You were on fire yesterday, giving up nuggets after nuggets. You're like a running faucet. A big thanks. Yeah, I saw you did like a 40-something, 50-minute show. I was like, I gotta watch this. I saw the comments coming in. I'm like, oh, he must have had that Henny in his cup real quick when he got started.
Yeah, I was meditating yesterday morning, so I had some energy.
There we go. Young Ear said 2+ years of this nonsense equals even dimmer view on conventional wisdom than I had before. And I never thought that was possible. Dumbed down population of sheeple, so discouraging. It is discouraging. And what I'm about to say is really disheartening. I hate to even say this, but that is why, you know what? I will agree with Kadeem. Let's just say these people in power, we do have a lot of similarities. This is where the difference is. And you kind of point on this, Zay, when it comes to like your integrity or whatever. Mm-hmm. A lot of people in positions of power in the government here, and I can even tell you this from the military, being around military officers, they don't like the majority of the population. I think the majority of the population isn't smart. People are intelligent. They don't make the right moves. They don't care about themselves. And you look at the moves they make and the consequences they're faced with. So I say all that to say that's the only part I can't get mad at gang is because you're right. It's so many we have a dumbed down population. It's a bunch of sheeple. So, hey, like, what do? Do you walk around with the dummies and the sheeple, or do you take advantage of the situation? A lot of or small minority decided to take advantage of the situation. That's what we see. I mean, the whole thing with Trump, when Trump was elected president, It was a thing where he used to say back in the day, like, all you got to do is get some dummies to vote for me or whatever, like whatever he said. Yeah. And he essentially carried out a game plan and it worked. It was like, yeah. Like,
it's a lot of dumb people that will go with a lot of stupid ideas. If you convince them, it will somehow help them.
I mean, listen, motherfuckers was convinced Doge was going to $1, bro. Like, market cap didn't matter. Nothing mattered but getting it to $1. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
The fact that there was a community of people who were really, like, readily and willingly, and I don't even know the numbers, but readily and willingly wanting to dump billions of dollars into a project that even came out and said we were a joke project. Like, that is our community right there. So yeah, do you dump your money into Dogecoin with the rest of the people, or do you create Doge Floki and say, fine, you idiots want to be idiots? Here's a new place to idiot at. I'm gonna get rich off it. It's so fucked up, but it's just like, what do you do?
Yeah, somebody asked in the chat, is somebody trying to create a coin? Yeah, I'm creating one. It's gonna be called Mouth Breathers, the coin for idiots. It's going to the moon. I'm gonna make 1 quadrillion token supply and convince everybody it's going to $1 one day and watch it play out.
Cole sings that that's why Trump spoke to America like 4th graders and it worked. For real though. Yeah, I mean, that's how you let's see. Yep, the airstrikes, I saw that. Craig Stevens said, yeah, Zay was snapping yesterday, had me opening buy offers mid-show. All right, damn, I gotta watch this show. Yeah, people, Don B said people locked up for weed. It's crazy. People still getting locked up for weed. Like, people getting locked up for weed still in different states under felonies. And I'm just like, bruh, what are y'all doing? Justin Redrick, what's going on to Bitcoin Vegan, said that's like being told to take things slow after getting the goods, LOL. Oh man, come date in LA, bro. Just come date in LA. Oh man. What else do we have? All right, that's some of the comments. All right, what else is going on today? SEC unable to locate BitConnect founder convicted in $2.4 billion fraud case. I mean, shit, y'all can trace crypto transaction to Russia. How you can't find this guy? BitConnect founder is being sued for illegally raising funds and defrauding American investors of over $2 billion. This was the first. Well, I won't say Dogecoin because this was a real scam, but this was one of the first popular ones where people were literally coming to our channel telling us we just didn't want to see people win because we were telling them not to get involved in BitConnect. But indicted by the U.S. Department of Justice in a $2.4 billion Ponzi scheme, BitConnect founder Satish Kumbani remains untraced following his conviction. Yeah, I'm sure he paid somebody, some government, a couple $100 million. Was like, hey, I live here from now on. And the court filing on Monday, the Securities and Exchange Commission said that the whereabouts of Kumbani remains unknown. The SEC noted that Kumbani's last known location was in his native country, India, but has remained untraced ever since the promoter for his BitConnect Ponzi scheme was charged by the SEC for defrauding American investors of over $2 billion. And again, this is where it's going to get muddy when it comes to crypto and Bitcoin. The SEC, like, he might not, like, again, they're going after the right people. If this Kumbani guy was even higher up on the food chain, he wouldn't have to hide. He'd be like, yeah, we defrauded American investors. Motherfucker, I live in India. Turn up. Like, This is my thing with America. Like, we keep acting like we're the gang of the world. Like, bruh, don't nobody care. Like, how many people India have? Like 1 billion people. And you telling me that
good luck.
Right, exactly. Our securities commission is going to India to find a guy out of 1 billion and something people because he defrauded. What about the investors he defrauded in Russia? What about the investors he defrauded in Iran? What about the investors he defrauded in Ukraine? Like, it wasn't just American investors in BitConnect. There was investors on the planet. It was a global Ponzi scheme. So again, this is the U.S. saying we'll be the world police and nobody else will arrest him. We'll go after him. But again, he's just low on the food chain. If he were higher up on the food chain, you'll literally have another government coming to his aid with a press release to the SEC saying, we disagree, and he'll be here. Don't believe me? Look at the Alexander Finnick thing. This is when the whole Russia stuff been started, people. Alexander Finnick, the guy with the BTC exchange who laundered billions of dollars of Bitcoin, he was a Russian national. He was caught, I believe, in like Greece or France or something. He was caught in Greece, and then eventually he was transitioned over to France. But when he was caught in Greece, he was caught for the United States. Greek caught him for the United States. And Russia stepped in and said, no, he's a Russian national. We disagree and we want him back. What happened? He stayed his ass in Greece for like 6 months to a year because they didn't want to get in the middle of it. Russia was saying one thing, the US was saying the other. And then I'm pretty sure this is why they transfer him. They transferred him to France because Greece, I feel like it was too much pressure. They transferred him to France. He went on his food strike. Same thing. US, you need to send him here. Russia is like, you better fucking not. And I think he may still be in France as well. I got to check up on that story. It's been a 2-year, 3-year story. But again, my point is he was high enough on the food chain where they did not send him back to America, even when American allies had him in custody. So my point with this is crazy. I don't even want to start doing this, going after different nationals in different countries. Like, yeah, we can catch him cool, but he defrauded people across the planet. It wasn't just America. Like, this is crazy. But again, also, if you believe that you were going to get 80% a day ROI, I mean, maybe you should have got, like, you went to school. All you did was go to school.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, this is the thing I hate. I hate how the SEC is disingenuous about this investigation. It's not as if the $2.4 billion they got, they returned it to investors. You still get punished for being stupid. That's the thing, is like, they're still going to look at you and be like, you were dumb for thinking that. They go after the person that did it, but you're never going to get that money back. So it still doesn't pay to be stupid. It's not as if there's a safety net to save you, depending on what platform you're using. So same thing with BitConnect, USI Tech, some of these other ones. You still lost. I mean, again, like, it doesn't matter what the SEC does. So them trying to protect you, how is that protection if how does somebody protect you if they come with the stretcher after you get shot? That's not protection, bro. You're just aiding what just happened. That's all they do. They react to what just happened. You already lost your money. It's over. So yeah, the SEC is kind of disingenuous there, but it is what it is. They got to make it seem like they're getting these criminals out of here, even though they can't find them. My boy slip and slide to India. Good luck finding him in India, bro. He don't even got to fly anywhere. Even if they drive 10 miles into the country, and you will never find him in those Indian mountains. Just, you won't.
But even if they could find him, again, it would have to be with the help of the Indian government, and that will only mean the guy didn't pay his tires. The Indian government, like, oh, you ain't pay us either. Like, don't get it twisted. 2 billion is still a low number. Like, if it was like 20 billion plus, then yeah, Indian government would be helping the U.S. government. They'd be like, hey, y'all ain't get y'all cut, right? We ain't got our cut. Like, what we doing? We both get four.
But what if the Indian government don't know? What if it's just the local people that do? 2 billion is enough for local people to keep their mouth shut.
Hey, you got a whole town on lock.
I was saying, you need a city behind you. You just have a small town.
For real. And again, last but not least, we can never not mention BitConnect without mentioning Bitcoin Trade. I mean, literally, the day BitConnect was crashing, he had this to say. I played myself, it's not working.
Everyone, listen up. You didn't lose your money. Now, you have your... Technically, you kind of lost your money.
Bro, that will always go down in history. It was like
top five memes, videos in crypto history. Easy.
Everybody was like, what? Shout out to Aaron. Aaron, I agree with you. Aaron said, fam, read Tragedy and Hope, A History of the World in Our Time by Carol Quigley to get the full picture of the games of the powers that be. Many in power want more power. So Aaron, shout out to Aaron. Folks, I have that book in my room right now. I think that book's 800 to 1,000 pages or something. It's something ridiculous, but he's right. Read Tragedy and Hope if you haven't. It gives you the breakdown of how power has been transitioned throughout the entire planet and who has it right now. So it's one of those things where, like, you think you know who run what and where, and it's like, no. It's the same family, some of the same people in different countries who run and shit in other countries. But you're right, Tragedy and Hope, they follow all these families, they follow the money. And yes, I have that book, man. I got to finish reading that as well.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Book stack.
What's up?
Got to come up with a book stack for people to read, because sometimes when we talk, people maybe think, oh, y'all just saying stuff. And you're like, now, once you read a few of the books we got and a lot of the literature around how the world game goes, everything is goofy to you. You're like, y'all believe this shit? Y'all.
Well, I'll say this now. I'll premiere this now since you said it. We are considering doing movie nights on our Discord once we open it back up, and then we may also do book club type deal on the Discord as well. Of course, the movies and books will all be financially related, crypto related, power and dynamics related, because that does play a part in that in this dynamic as well. So be on the lookout for that.
First movie, Wolf of Wall Street. Let's get it.
You already know. But literally, that's what turned me on the finance. Like, that's what turned me on the finances. I didn't even know about Wall Street till Wolf of Wall Street came out. Like, crazy.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Last but not least, Cambridge University launches crypto research project with IMF and BIS. Can you tell us about this?
Oh, yeah. So Cambridge is the feds, and Cambridge University has launched this research project in association with IMF and BIS. Don't underestimate the ability by large organizations to brainwash young minds with the information that they want them to build. But past that point, the University of Cambridge is collaborating with some of the world's top banking institutions and private companies to introduce a new project targeting crypto research. It's called the CCAF, Cambridge Center for Alternative Finance, and it is dubbed the Cambridge Digital Assets Program, which is a collab with 16 companies. So they're including institutions like BIS, Innovation Hub, and International Monetary Firm. Look at the initiative. It also includes Goldman Sachs, financial giants like MasterCard and Visa, and major exchange traded fund investors providers like Invesco. So if you want to look at basically a laundry list of everybody that is on the side you don't want to be on, this is basically it. So University of Cambridge, congrats, because I know it's all about the money. However, I would say if I was talking to those students, they are funneling you to believe or to do the projects that help them, which is the people this was created to get rid of. So a little bit of a dichotomy there, but shout out to Cambridge, do your thing until you can change how it is.
There it is. Shout out to Cambridge, even though, as you just said, they are the feds. I mean, look, like you said, when it comes to all these projects, companies, anybody doing anything, all you have to do is look at who they're partnering with. And like you said, this says it all. And what's crazy again is that they think they have to do dirty business to make money. At this point, Goldman Sachs, MasterCard, like you all can do great business and still make money. Mm-hmm. But I guess they're over with that. What's called said, Kenneth said, sometimes we get the book title wrong, but we trying. Oh yeah. Oh, everybody's asking how the book spelled. So actually, Zay, I was just like, you know, I'm not even playing. I'm glad you mentioned that because people really don't know. So we do need to show them. But this is the book, people. Like we said, we read it all. We look at it all. We read it all. How can I get it up there? Mm-hmm. Boom, there it is. Tragedy and Hope. I think it's actually 1,300 pages. Yeah, 1,345 pages. So it is a thick book, but it covers the history of the world in our time by Carol Quigley. So check that book out. Good book. Learn a lot.
If you want to read another 600, check this out. Basic Economics by Thomas Sowell. Yeah, so that's 2,000 pages right there. You probably be at a level past most people. So
for real, yeah. You read those two books, you're already improving like what you know. And the thing is, to really tie this back around people, the reason why it matters who's in power, who does this, the financial part of it, and all the other stuff, is because when you all are becoming stakeholders of projects, or even like first it helps you know the team, which teams where, what's going on. And also it helps you identify different projects that may have real value intertwined with it. So we're looking at all this, like this is all part of fundamental analysis. We just don't look at the news and say, oh, this is why. It's like, no. For example, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I saw someone mention what they're doing with cannabis is the same thing they did with alcohol and prohibition. Well, guess what? It's the same shit they do in crypto and Bitcoin right now too. So it does help to know everything that happened with the cannabis industry, everything that happened with the alcohol industry when it was a prohibition, all that, and then kind of look at how things work now. And again, we talked about this other book many times. We talked about in the masterclass. I can't think off the top of my head, but where they actually go into detail about how the Jekyll on
Jekyll Island.
Yeah, Creature Jekyll Island. Like they go into detail about how the central bank cartel was started. How they create debt out of thin air, how they create assets out of thin air. Like literally that book gives you the rundown, and they're doing the exact same thing in Bitcoin right now. You're talking about futures, ETFs, all that. That's the same thing they just did with the regular market when they took us off the gold standard, people. Mm-hmm. They're doing the same thing. Read these books and you'll see it.
Okay. And if you see how they do it, you might see what the end game may be for Bitcoin as a crypto people. If they want to create a new system, you might have to hit them with a Titanic. That's all I'm saying. Anybody that opposes, go ahead and take this nice trip on this impenetrable boat. See what happens.
There we go. Oh, there we go. For sure, entertainment. Thank you. I'm gonna have to check it out. For sure, say I just found the audio on YouTube. That's perfect. So yeah, if you're on a long drive, check out the audio. I like some audio books too. There we go. The audio book is on YouTube, but support the brother with a buy. There we go. Yep. And last couple of comments. I saw another couple of good comments. Coop DeVille said Blockchain or Die by Eric Guthrie. It's a great book too. All right, cool. Mm-hmm. All right, we've seen a few book ideas. That's good. See, there we go. Somebody said we about to get shadow banned. We're starting to talk about botooks.
Y'all over there reading? Y'all
trying to get people to read about us? Oh, hell to the no.
Hell no, man.
Other than that, it is we didn't start the Discord yet. Wyatt will be having it up here in probably another week or so, probably another week max. We'll let you all know as well. Other than that, Bitcoin's Day, what you got for the day?
Nothing. Happy Tuesday, first day of March. Enjoy your month. And yeah, great shows coming this week. Some more sponsored stuff. Make sure you get the masterclass and check out the website, The Gentleman of Crypto. Appreciate you all.
There we go. As mentioned, check out that masterclass. We will continue to get some things added, hopefully by the end of the week. We're a little bit behind us on me. That Iowa trip and some other trips took a little bit out of me. But we'll be back up to speed by the end of this week, folks. Last but not least, Young Ears said Bitcoin Zay is one of the brightest stars in space. He spit facts for 54 minutes straight yesterday. Can't wait till he takes this confidence into these largest platforms he's been commentating on. I got everybody talking about yesterday's show, bro. I got to watch yesterday's show. This is crazy. He said he about to go off. All right. Other than that, that's the show for today, folks. Make sure you smash that like and share. And we'll see you tomorrow with some more Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency,